each other again soon. I'm ready to go. Alright. That's what's missing. I need to voice Nico as Solid Snake. He's happy. Oh my gosh, it's Dark. It's the real Dark Twinge, the person who has the emotes. Serpent has been making wonderful use of all of your awesome emotes. How are you? That was the coolest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Reactions from first-timers are always delightful to watch. Which is why people are here. for reactions from first-timers, right? He's still doing the eyes. Okay, he's done with the eyes. Hey, Kyle. That was really fun. Did you have fun too? I mean, you weren't on the plane with me, but you got to watch it at least, right? I just noticed they haven't let me respond in a while. And Cedric? Yeah? Thanks. What for? Flying. Oh, you're welcome. And for answering my questions back there, too. And for telling me more about the world machine. I'm just really sorry about what happened to your old world, though. So, I'll help you the best that I can. And even if it's all just a machine, this world is still nice. I mean, I got to fly, I got to see the ocean, and I got to meet a lot of nice people. People like you. And isn't that the point of video games all along? I'm Prototype, even if he's broken right now. I'm glad you're taking it so well, Nico. I'm glad we have met as well. Despite the circumstances. Speaking of Proto, I should probably head off now. I need to go pick up the siblings, too. That's true. Those two have been waiting for a while now. In the meantime, do you remember what to do to get to the surface? I remember having to fix an elevator button. Alright, you should attend to that then. Let's meet up here in an hour, okay? Got it. Alright, now let me just... Oh... No! Professor Portal is here. Stroking his lovely beard 3 times. They're trapped on the island. Calamus. Alula. There. We don't have much time left. Nico, change of plans. Please give me the memory disk. Alright. Listen carefully. It's likely I'll be targeted again, so we should split up to keep you safe. I want you to find a door under a large clock. The room behind it houses a pair of ground access elevators. Once you get to the ground, immediately find Rue and bring her back to the room. She will know what to do in the meantime. Alright. What about you, though? I'm going to bring Prototype back. Dun 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 dun. Are you okay? What? Are you okay? Don't worry. I'm fine. Don't scare me like that. Hey, Kyle. Let's do our best. So we're getting there. I feel as though I'm not going to be able to finish before I have to leave for work. They all say that, too. Please do not approach the program to, if they're covered in squares, to keep humans safe. Here's this guy again. Oh, right, the elevator guy. Excuse me. You're you. Jeez. The elevator's missing a button, right? How did you know? Kyle and I will help you fix it. Seriously? Oh, thank goodness. The evacuees are counting on this. On me. But I've been here for hours and can't figure out a thing. Evacuees? You know, from the West apartments. The square stuff wrecked the place yesterday. Oh. Right now, everyone's crowded in the cafe. We really want to get to the surface as soon as possible, though. The library on the surface doubles as a shelter for situations like this. I see. Wait, didn't we find the magnets and stuff in the apartments, Kyle? The what? Looks like we'll have to find some other way to fix the button, Kyle. Oh, no we won't. Holy fudge. Looks like Kyle and I will need to find another way down altogether. But this is the only elevator in the area. We'll think of something. No, he said that there was a door under a large clock. Here's a bed. All right, let's try sleeping again. See if that works. See if anything happens. Nothing. No dreams. He's not even letting his dreams be dreams. Well, there's a clock. 11. Here we are at the 11th hour. Shouldn't you be with the other evacuees? Maybe. I wonder if the big clock has reached 0 yet. I want to be right here when everything ends. Documents again. Okay. I don't remember seeing this place before. Must be new. Wait, is it just solstice again? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Alright, that's just circular then. It looks like you were able to remove it's it doesn't look like they changed. Oh. Okay. I just had to click it again. It accepted the password. This one is red, green, blue. What does any of this mean? Won't open. Looks like it's stuck on another floor. No button panel. Tapping the door doesn't open it. Wait. There's a lever. Can't reach it. Find someone tall to reach it. Well, okay. Although sometimes his little hints are incorrect, right? Didn't he say before, the one time he was like, oh, we're going to need a funnel, and we just needed a sponge? No, come with me. You're tall. Who took my stapler? It's Zach! Zach, I've been really good. Enjoying the heck out of this game. Although right now I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Should I go to back to the elevator guy? I've been kind of a crappy streamer lately. I only manage to stream like once a week, it seems like. Although I really want to finish this. Instead of the next time, because I don't think I'm gonna finish it tonight. I will stream tomorrow, and I'm gonna play this, and then after we finish, I'll play some Phoenix Wright or something. I started playing League of Legends again. Jeez, I don't know why. I don't know why exactly. Hello, Messiah. You came at a bad time. The apartment in the West Sector got destroyed by squares a day ago. Terrible, isn't it? Yeah. It's, like, surprisingly, the two games, I jumped on and I did, like, a bot game and then 2 normal games. And, even though we lost both of the normal games, people were, like, fine with it. Like, even the people on our team that, were doing better than others, and we're like, oh, you know, we're gonna lose this game because we're not doing things right. Nobody was like really over the top rude or insulting. So maybe things have changed, or maybe it's just because I wasn't in ranked, and as soon as I go back to ranked, it'll be different. Hello, Penguin. I don't remember that happening before. Is it me, or is it really cold outside? Now you mention it, it is really chilly this time around. Good thing you got a scarf. Can I have the scarf? Oh, I need to get him to knit me a scarf, maybe? I have to leave most of my plants behind. Oh no! Yes, the plant lady was using them to keep the land from falling away. The plant spirit maze? I figured. Say, how's she doing? Ah, she's gone, isn't she? Yeah, one of my friends, Soul Shadow, who's sometimes in here, he still keeps up with it a bit, but he mostly just plays ARAMs, I think. It is impossible to learn the game from scratch at this point. It really and truly is. I left for a year and I left at the end of season 5, came back at the beginning of season 7, so that was a little over a year away. And after playing it for a month or two, I was like, I still haven't learned the stuff that has changed over the course of one season. And it was just overwhelming. And then I left, and I came back again in Season 8, and it's the same thing. It's like, just the fact that a bunch of new champions were added, a bunch of champions were completely overhauled, a whole bunch of items have changed, the entire rune system has changed. It's like learning the game all over again. Trying to learn it from scratch, you might as well, like, go to college, like take a 4-year course in something, and that's what you need in order to get sped up to speed with League of Legends. She always did her best to protect everyone. So he said get someone tall, but we might be able to just get a scarf, maybe. Yeah, the game itself is a massive hurdle, and then on top of that, people are also crappy to each other. Evacuation makes the girl sad. Squares are bad. The guy knows his logic. I'm waiting for them to pick us up now. I hope they're okay. At least my robot's with me. Dang it! I just moved into my apartment. Now where am I gonna go? Ah. Oh, yeah. 100 and... There are... I don't even know the number now. I think it's more than 120. I think it might be 130 or more. And yeah, to go... To be 150 hours in before you even have a basic idea of what's going on is rough. That is a difficult investment to ask of somebody. And it's also why it blows my mind the way that people like MMOs take a similar amount of investment. You're not going to play an MMO for 50 hours and understand like how everything works all the way up to end game. You're not even going to get close to end game. The idea that there are people who are like elitist about, oh, how could you do this wrong? Like, oh, this tank in my party doesn't know everything in the world. It's like, well, no kidding, because you've been playing this game for like an entire section of your lifetime. You have to understand that even if somebody has been playing it for a good long time, they're not going to know as much as you. Just get over it. Get over the fact that it takes time to improve on something, and the longer you do it, the more you improve. I feel like we do need more, like... It'd be nice if there was more... Alright, does this guy... Is he tall enough? It was in a locked room. Do they, work? We don't know yet. One of them has a lever that's out of my reach. You can help us. You should be able to... Oh, he's got the tool! He's got the thing that he changes lanterns with, right? Show me the way. Okay. You can even see it on his back. He's carrying it around. His little thing that he uses to change the light bulbs. Or the fireflies. Learning whoops, this is the wrong way. Should I talk to people with him in tow? At least people won't starve here. The perks of using a cafe is an emergency shelter, right? No. I thought maybe he would talk to some people. And see, the thing with Magic, though, is that Magic at least has formats where you can go, I'm just going to learn Standard. I'm just going to learn Standard, which means I only need to learn and understand the cards that came out in the past 2 blocks. And that's it. You can go, yes, there are literally 10,000 other cards that have existed in the game, but I don't really need to understand them or how they work because they're not legal in the format that I'm playing. That's a huge advantage to that. And I wonder if it's good if you could do something like that in a MOBA to go like, we're going to... Ooh. Would you want to do that? To go like, look, here's the format where you can play with all of the characters that have ever existed. This format is just for the newest 30 characters, or this maybe the simplest 30 characters. But then it doesn't matter because the only thing that matters to people is the competitive format, which is going to be the most complicated one. Whereas that's not really true for Magic. Most people who are into Magic are not into Vintage or Legacy, where you can use all of the really old, really broken cards. A lot of people are into Modern or Standard. Where did you need help again? I can't reach that. He goes, I'm not that tall. It was worth 1 shot. Haha, wait, I got this. I knew you had it. Nice. Thank you, mister. No problem, kid. So, you coming? Mm-hmm. When you can honestly say Dwarf Fortress is easier to learn, you know there's an issue. I love Dwarf Fortress. I haven't played it in a number of years, and it is terrifying to think of going back and going, we now render wounds down to the actual cell. You slashed him, destroying 50 million mitochondria in his lower upper left arm. I'll go get the evacuees, I suppose. We don't even know where this leads. Oh, oh no. Is he inside? It's the square stuff, isn't it? There aren't any in here, but I can hear them just outside the door. Squares make noise. Maybe Kyle and I can... No, it's okay. Looks like the squares aren't inside the elevator. Yet. You're in a hurry, right? Go do what you need to do. But what about you? I'll figure something out. Okay. Let us make haste. The plot convenient squares of not being able to turn around have caught up to us. This door won't budge. Whoops. I guess there's not, like, without putting actual time pressure on you, which would be, would not be appropriate for this game. It's difficult to have, like, to make it seem like squares are popping up randomly and then, oh no, the labs could collapse at any moment now. Let go of me. Uh-oh, are they being arrested by robots? No! They're being harried by squares. I couldn't stop him. Miss? Messiah! Oh, you came at an awful time. Come on, we have to get out of here. Where to? Where everyone else is right now. Ah, she got a two-face. She was 3 on when I came through. Well, look who's back. How about next time... Oh, she was talking to her. How about next time you let me know before you leave the shelter to go into a literal death zone? Sorry. I get so worried, you know. Hey, you found the Messiah. Yeah. We ran into each other after this boy forced himself into the lab complex. I couldn't stop him. I don't know why he was being so insistent. He said he needed to go rebuild a robot. Oh, you know him? Yeah. Robot. That's why he needed that book so badly. Y'all talking about a kid with white hair and goggles? That's Cedric, yeah. He ran in here earlier, grabbed one of my books from my archives, and ran straight out the door. Without even going through checkout. The nerve of that kid. Said it was an emergency, so I didn't bother stopping him. I hope he doesn't get himself killed out there. Yeah, I hope he's alright too. Yeah, that's... So, Marstead, who I've been following on Twitch for a while now, he, tongue-in-cheek, has the mission to play every awesome game. And he, whenever somebody brings up his, his mission statement, he's like, we've already reached the point where that is not possible in a human lifetime. Even if you had the ability to use all of your free time to play video games, there are too many in existence and too many being created every day to, even if you limited yourself to only the really good video games, you're not gonna ever catch up to the point where you've played all of the awesome games that have come out so far. There's just too many. But then again, fortunately, everybody likes different things, right? If I don't really particularly care for PUBG, I don't have to, I can scratch that off the list. I don't have to spend, 200 hours, wasting away in PUBG if I don't like it. I can just play the games that I like the most. With any luck, maybe the lab complex can hold up long enough for him to... Oh, she changed... Oh, no, she turned around, that's all. Oh my gosh, that was the labs? That poor kid. No! Not him too. I'm sorry about your friend. The last time he spoke, he told me to go look for someone on the surface. I need to get going. Are you kidding me? Kid, there is no way we're letting you out there. But I really have to. George is right. Giroj is right. The squares seem to be targeting a lot of the weaker constructs in the city. Only the library has enough structural integrity to withstand collapse. It's best if you stayed here until things stabilize, however long that takes. But what about my mission? Don't you guys want me to bring back the sun, at least? The sun won't do us any good if the squares are just going to mess everything up. Sadly. Not to mention, even getting there is going to be hard. If the world is like this, there's no telling what's going on in the tower. And if anything bad happened to the Messiah, of all people. No, I won't allow it. A friend of mine said something about this forever ago. It's better for the world to die naturally. No living being should have to carry that burden. At the time, I thought it was still her faulty code speaking. But now I'm starting to understand. Messiah, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. All this time we've burdened you with our hope, our faith. Blissfully ignoring the fact that you are just a lost child. Well, you're probably more scared than any of us, aren't you? And you replay. That's the other problem. My cousin, who comes in here sometimes, pajama pianist, is constantly, there's a lot of games that he wants to play, and there's a lot of games that he has played, and he's like, well, now that, a year or two have gone by, because he's only 16, so to him, something that he played from 14 is like, oh yeah, back when I was a baby, I played that game. I want to replay it now that I'm older and know stuff about the world. Now that I'm, older and wiser and able to, see more subtext in games to go through and play something that I played 2 years ago. And I'm like, wow, yeah, that's a good point. Like, the amount of growing up that I've done in the past 15 years is, corresponds to what a teenager goes through in like 2 years. But for you, it must be so terrifying. And now you're stuck here with the rest of us, being held back by the very people you were told to save. We must seem so ungrateful. It's okay. When I first came to this world, a long time ago, back then all I wanted to do was go home. Kyle, do you remember? The very first time. I'm not sure how far back it was for you. I kind of wonder now, was I supposed to play through? Would it have felt a little bit more authentic if I had gone through more times before going for this true ending? I'm okay. Like, I made my decision, but I can see how that would also be a thing. Like, go back and play through the game multiple times, and then you erase your save and go for the real ending. I remember towards the end, I actually wasn't sure anymore about going home. Even knowing the world would be doomed eventually, I still wanted the people here to be happy. So, when you told me to return home, back then, I wasn't sure. But I trusted you more, Kyle. But then I just came back. You... What? And then I found out about the world being like this. Prototype said to forget the things he told me. And Cedric told me not to think about it too much, but I'm sorry for getting upset at you back at the mines. I thought, for you to know all that, yet continue doing this, it just seemed cruel. Yeah, how cruel of me to play a video game. You played through Max Payne 1 and 2 at least 20 times a piece. Should I go play them once? I have not played Max Payne. Yeah, Final Fantasy VI, I feel like I've played through it a lot. That's the other thing, is that now that I watch people on Twitch, I've lost track of like how many times I played through a game and how many times I've just seen other people play through it between Twitch and YouTube. But then I realized something. You really wanted to save both the world and me. But at the end, you can only choose one, right? Is it really hard for you too? It must be. If the world isn't broken, will that choice still be there? Do you still need to choose between one or the other? But even if it is, I really want to save this world, Kyle. Even if it's more dangerous this time around. Even if so many of the nice people we met were... Kyle, I'm not afraid anymore. That's why I think you guys should let me go. I promise I'll be okay. Please? Well, I'm convinced. After all that, it'd be super rude for me to stop you, wouldn't it? Well, if Giroj is fine with it, I guess we should let you go now, Messiah. The full version of Max Payne on your phone. Just play it on the phone. Promise us you'll be careful, okay? Mm-hmm. You guys be safe, too. So, is there a bed in here? Because I realize now, even if you can't dream from sleeping in the beds, that's still how you save, I suppose. I might also be able to just close the game and it'll save automatically, but I don't quite remember. Actually, no, that is right. I think I can just close the game. Because I don't want to leave here without talking to the, you know, the 80 people that are standing around here. But it's time for me to end the stream. So yeah, I think I can just close it, and it even gives a message about the game being auto-saved, right? Probably. This action will record your progress in this world. Good. To return to this world again, you need to relaunch the application. Proceed, yes. Okay. Alright, so thank you everybody for stopping by. Hope you're enjoying. I plan to come back and finish this tomorrow, assuming that there's only like 2 or 3 hours left, which I guess I don't know for sure. As far as multiple additional playthroughs go, I'd say you're playing the standard recommended way, which is always nice to hear. There's an awkward complexity there that makes that specific thing especially unusual in this game. So it's kind of like Undertale or something else. I appreciate the fact that there is a ton of, like, other ways that the game could have been experienced, and I will be interested in learning them as soon as I feel that I've finished with the game. Like, as soon as I finish and get this true ending. If you look at something like, well, I guess there's, like, 999 and VLR, right? All the Zero Escape games. That's another thing where it's like... So, I mean, you've played Undertale, and you have Undertale emotes. You understand, like, how people who like Undertale sometimes... Yes, definitely tomorrow, Serp. Definitely tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Same time that I usually try and fail to start the stream. So, just as a quick wrap-up, Undertale... other games have it, too, but I feel like Undertale gets it in spades, where... people really want to direct your experience, direct the way that you play it, to say, oh, you should do it this way, streamer or YouTuber. You should go do this. You should do a pacifist run first and then a genocide, or you should do a regular run and then a pacifist and then... And yeah, it does get frustrating because it ignores the fact that complexity is good. It's not just good to do the best thing. It's good to have all of those things and to have somebody go along that path naturally. To go, oh, it wasn't until my second time or third time through the game that I found out you could talk to Sans and put a whole bunch of hot dogs on your head. Like, having someone just say, talk to Sans over and over and you'll get a whole bunch of hot dogs on your head. It's not the same. If somebody tells you to do it, like, you might as well have just watched a video of it happening. You lost your agency to decide on what's going to happen in the game. If what happens is all of the ideal stuff, perfect. If what happens isn't all of the ideal stuff, that's also perfect. You know, you'll find out about it eventually by playing through it enough times or by reading a wiki or by watching somebody else play. Like, that's supposed to be the beauty of it, of having complaint. But I've said that a number of times, and I feel like plenty of people already understand that, and the people who don't understand it are never going to. Yeah, Undertale is a masterpiece. It reacts to what the player does, and if the viewers weren't so busy trying to force someone to a specific route, they'd see something new. There are one of the things that I bet a lot of people who watch Undertale or, you know, played through it once or twice or followed a wiki or whatever have never seen. If you've never seen Undyne die on a non-genocide playthrough, it is heart-wrenching. And it's something that most people don't get because going right into the game, people immediately tell them, oh, do the pacifist ending first. Go through and don't kill anyone. And it's like, no, go through, if you go through the game, because that was what I did with my cousin that I was just talking about, that we played through Undertale completely blind together, and I kind of had him making most of the decisions or having the control most of the time. I knew at least that there were different ways to play the game, and I picked up pretty quickly that sparing people was supposed to be a thing, but we weren't really doing it. And no, so we went through non-genocide, just neutral. And when you fight and kill Undyne, man, it's really sad. It's sadder than when anybody else dies in the entire rest of the entire game, as far as I'm concerned. Undertale has so very, very many little things like that, to the extent that I literally played through the games 4 times, watched something like 50 playthroughs, read the entire script, and still found new things on a 5th play. It's really good. It's really, really good. Anyway, I'm just sitting here smiling and talking about Undertale at this point. The game is over. The stream is over. Thank you everybody for coming by.